Hello and welcome to the Death Battle Cast. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm joined by Chad.
What's up?
We got Liam.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
He's making a wonderful face. And we got DJ.
I thought he was about to yawn.
Hi, it's me.
And today we are doing a very interesting matchup that kind of surprised us during the pitch calls back in last year, and this would be one of the last pitches that we're covering on Death Battle Cast moving into the new year. So just kind of wrapping things up with that. Thank you once again to everybody who backed the Kickstarter, had incredible pitch ideas. We've gone through a lot of different pitches on Death Battle Cast. And there have also been
an understatement.
Way more pitches just in general that we saw from people. Some people I know like talked about it online, but like way more others like never did. So we've just seen so many amazing ideas from you guys. And it's really, really awesome.
It was really helpful. It was really cool.
Yeah, so much so that like I think it'd be cool to do more of those types of pitches. So let me know if you think you would you'd be interested in that if we sort of like do it again.
Yeah, not a Kickstarter, but you know.
No, not a Kickstarter. It would be like, I don't know, we'd have it available on the website or something.
Yeah, do it again.
No.
We have a $100 super chat from Ten Tails. Ten Tails, I thought you said you were stopping this. A long time overdue since this is a popular matchup for the two, but let me be honest, every single chat is going to be discussingly educated on what these two try to one-up each other. Good luck with the information.
Yeah, well, that's all right, because we've got the experts here to cover these characters. Thank you, Gilded Data, for 10 memberships. So today we are pitting two magical girls with guns against each other. I assume Kurumi is a magical girl. I actually don't know. I guess I'll find out.
Not.
Okay, never mind.
Well, I guess in a weird way, she kind.
Female anime-esque characters with guns. Is that better?
It depends on your definition.
Guns.
It's Time Gun Girl
okay.
and cats are involved.
Yes.
All right. Yes, we are doing Homura from Madoka Magica versus Kurumi from Date Alive, a series which we have never covered on Death Battle Cast.
I think we did, but that's
we did?
Really?
A series which we have never covered on Death Battle Cast.
In this year.
This year. Did we? Because if we did, I don't remember it at all. Oh my god.
I don't remember anything from the Mega Cast, though, to be fair.
Oh, that's true. It might have been mentioned on MegaCast. That was just a blur at the end of the day.
I make content. Surely these two aren't reality warping. I have bad news for you, buddy.
Yeah.
Also, look, we are going to be saying time a lot or things like that. Just get the boots out now, okay? Get the boots out now in the chat, and then we'll move on. All right.
What?
They're already all. Yeah.
All right. So, if you are new to Death Battle Cast, and this is your first one, I'm sorry. The way this works is we are going to be pitting two people against each other, repping these characters to argue who would win in a death battle. And at the end of the show, you watching this live right now will be able to vote on who should win between Homura and Kurumi. We do Death Battle Cast live every Tuesday at noon Central Time. So if you're watching this on the VOD or listening to this as a podcast later, hey, come join us on Tuesday. We'd love to have you. Okay, so Homura will be represented by DJ, going all in on the Madoka Magica lore and power set and whatnot. And then, of course, our Date Alive expert will be covering Kurumi, and that is, naturally, Liam Swan. Liam, you are such a big fan of Date Alive, right? I know you are. How did you discover Date Alive? Do you have a Date Alive story?
The story was that we were sitting going, okay, who wants to rep Kurumi? Who knows Data Live? And then there was about approximately 5 minutes of complete shuddering silence. And then I think Austin went, well, we know what that means. And that tone of voice was that I would be forced to look up Data Live and understand Data Live. But then somebody introduced a fun little wrinkle to it.
Yes.
You know me, I'm kind of the lovable mascot of Death Battle Cast in some ways. They thought it would be super funny if I was only given 10 minutes to look up Data Live and Kurumi. I don't even know what Data Live is. I saw a light novel, I saw anime, so I assume it's one of those things. So I'm going to be going in not blind, but with severe cataracts. And
Now,
we're
just
gonna see how it
just to
goes.
make it fair, I looked up both. Even though
That's not fair
I'm
because you're
repping
repping
your
Homura,
opponent.
I know both. I know both.
Yeah, well,
Liam, I can help you out because Reznov said, for those who don't know what Data Live is, blend The Bachelor with magical girl anime and Christian names, add some slice of life, bake for 5 seasons, 1 OVA and 1 spinoff, and serve generously with spicy fan service. Thank you, Reznov.
it's obvious.
Perfect.
Yes. So
You guys
to
mentioned the
have a little
cat
fun with
earlier?
this one, literally 10 minutes before cast started, that's when Liam started his research on
I
Kurumi and
kind of
Data
zoned
Live.
out. I'm sorry. I saw Yud Bet and I went
So I am
but
very
there's a lot of Old
excited
Testament stuff here going on. Yeah.
to see how Liam holds up with this. Don't worry, we have plenty of notes and stuff about Kurumi. We're still going to cover in general, but we also want to like see how Liam handles this because I think it's going to be funny.
This is a punishment.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, that's what was needed. So, well, let's give Liam a little bit of time to like collect himself, and let's start with DJ. DJ, how about we introduce Homura? Who is Homura? What's her deal?
So Homura was a sick girl that was, she's always had a weak constitution, just generally speaking. She was very passive, shy, didn't really know what she wanted to do with her life, just anything for like a preteen to go through. But that is until she met Madoka, who was very cheery, kind, really loved everybody, and she inspired her by showing her the wonderful life of being a magical girl. And
And everything went
Homura just
great. The end.
yeah, everything went great. And the cast is over. So
What a fun time.
and Magical Girls and Madoka Magica. So they're in an ever locking battle against the witches, by under the command of everyone's favorite cat, Quibe, who no one has an issue with. So one of these battles, Madoka has a fierce battle with the witch, and she dies. And Homura, stricken with grief, basically wants to overturn that. She feels that Madoka is too kind for this world, and that she needs to basically be alive, be living a normal life, do everything that she was meant to be doing. So Quibe offers her a wish, and in Madoka Magica, if you are offered a wish, you can have that wish granted in exchange for offering your services as a magical girl, which will be in a never-ending battle against witches. And Homura's wish was to turn back time and save Madoka from her fate. And she begins to start jumping through time a lot. So Homura's main thing is that she's a magical girl. She with I guess it's kind of weird to say spoilers for like what is essentially a 18-year-old anime. Um, but she has a soul gem, and basically she's a puppet of flesh, controlling the powers of a magical girl, as is the exchange of what happens when you become a magical girl in this universe. She can shoot out projectiles. She can utilize magic. She has force fields. Her soul gem is super strong. It can regenerate her wounds. Not too much. It can regenerate like pretty devastating stuff, but she can't like get her head cut off and live. But Homura's main thing is that she has a shield, which acts as like both a shield and an hourglass. And by holding that, she can manipulate time in any way she wants. She can stop time, fast forward it, rewind it, and most notably, she can time travel back into other time period, into different timelines where she's constantly trying to save Madoka and keeps failing over and over again. So her whole thing is that she's locked in basically a paradoxical situation trying to save Madoka and other magical girls from their fate, and it's just not working. And also, she has guns. Her main use of weaponry is that she has like a ton of military grade equipment at her disposal that she utilizes with alongside her time manipulating magic to basically do whatever the hell she wants. And that's the bare minimum of what you should know about her.
Okay.
Now, there's some limits to her time travel, though, right? Like it's based on the shield.
She needs to be touching the shield. She needs to be in contact with it at all times.
Okay. And anybody touching her or the shield is
Yeah,
also...
Yeah, they're also immune from her time traveling
Okay.
abilities.
Though really, I guess if she's freezing time, it's like she has the ability to touch somebody to get them out of the time stop.
Yeah.
As opposed to somebody in the time stop somehow being able to touch her. Yeah. I guess if she accidentally bumps into somebody, it like breaks the time stop for them. But
Pictures has a good question for you, DJ. They say, how many guns we talking about here?
Hold on. I think I wrote them down. Hold on. She has pipe bombs, a Desert Eagle, an FN Minimi, a Beretta 92 FS, a Remington 87, a Hawa Type 89, M26 frag grenades, a lot of frag grenades. She has way too many. Stun grenades, RPGs, C4s, and a golf club.
Okay.
where did she get them all? That's my question.
She
I
gets
remember
them
watching
from,
this thing. Like
Probably
there's like a
America.
montage or whatever. I think this is just a montage of her just with all these different guns when she's like prepping to finally do this shit. It's like, where do they come from?
What she typically does is that she'll like stop time in like a military base of operations and just go get them because soul gems in Madoka Magica, they have like hammer space, so she can grab weaponry that she wants and kind of pull them within the soul gem so that she can manifest them whenever she wants. So she just kind of goes around. It's like, that's a cool gun. I want that one.
Which that the gem's in her shield, right? So it kind of comes out of her shield, the guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she can just
'Cause you
pull
have to- you
out
have to
like
be-
an AK or whatever from her shield.
Yep.
So that's I think what we're gonna be getting ourselves into here, which is the girls with guns battle. Because based on my understanding of Kurumi, I believe she's also a girl with guns, but I'm sure there's some other stuff going on with her story, which is definitely not complicated at all. So Liam,
Yeah.
how about you run us through who Kurumi is?
I'm not going to judge you at all, by the way.
Kurumi Tokisaki.
Mm.
She got. She was killed, right, DJ, by the first spirit, right, DJ? And she became a spirit. She's known as the worst spirit. Apparently, when spirits come to Earth, they create a space quake, which kills a bunch of people. And the first spirit killed like.
Kills is an understatement.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's an understatement. And her power is to shoot you with time. So she has guns, and the bullets are time bullets. They don't hurt you normally, but they hurt you timely. And she summons an angel called Zafkiel, which is this big clock that comes behind her and is like, "Oh, I'm a clock." And then when she does that, she gets the guns, and then she shoots you. And then when you get hit by a bullet, you get hit with a certain kind of time effect, depending on what bullet she has. Her spirit data suggests that her strength is 109. Her consistency is 80, which is very good. It's good to be consistent. It's something I need to learn to be more about. My consistency is probably like an 8. A Raryoku, 220. Bleach character, agility 103, intelligence 201. Very smart, but not as smart as she is Raryoku. Let's go through some of these bullets.
Wait, hang on. Intelligence 201 out of how much? Like, what's the maximum here?
Well, Ben, so you just ask these questions sometimes, and
I'm going to assume over 100 is very smart. That's good smart.
Of course. 100 is
she has-
probably,
But one thing I thought was cool is because she got the rifle and the pistol, and they're supposed to represent the like big hand and little hand on the clock.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. Well, that would make sense. Apparently, it's a musket. You fucking idiot.
Musket,
And a
sorry.
flintlock pistol.
Yeah, you know what I
Jesus
meant.
Christ, Chad. No,
It's
no one knows what you
Zapkiel,
meant. They're
the
completely
Emperor
different.
of Time.
One is rifled, one isn't. Anyways, the downside of these bullets is that they consume her time, or in other words, her life force. That's a sentence that I just came up with in my head. Didn't just read it off the
I guess.
page.
You go off, Liam.
What did you want to interject with anything?
Oh, I was gonna say, yes, it takes away from her own time. However, there's an ability that she has outside of like time manipulation, which are her clones, which kind of makes that kind of a non-issue.
Yes. Well, duh. Anybody that knows anything about Kurumi Tokisaki would know that. Our first bullet,
Of course.
Aleph, that literally means first, I think. That accelerates external time on its target. Kurumi frequently uses this bullet to increase her own speed in battle, right? Because she can shoot herself and then get the ability. So if she shoots you, it happens to you. She shoots herself, it happens to her.
Oh, okay.
That's
bullet,
cool.
Yeah, slows down time. Third bullet, Gimmel, speeds up internal time to cause the subject to age. The fourth one, rewinds time. Fifth bullet, lets you see the future. Sixth bullet, Vav, sends the consciousness of its target into the body of a past version of themselves. Consequently, since only the mind is sent back, the rare Yoku and time spent on traveling are reset with every loop, which allows this bullet to be used repeatedly until accumulated mental fatigue proves too much for the user. Seventh bullet, Zion, freezes the target's time. Eighth bullet, creates a temporal clone, like DJ mentioned. Ninth bullet, Tet, named after the offensive, I assumed. Allows her to share her senses with someone on a different time axis. A time axis, let me tell you, these time axes, crazy stuff. There was a whole arc about time axes. 10th bullet, Yud, that's a funny name, peeks into the past of any object struck. Okay, I don't know what that means. Yud Aleph sends its target to the future. Nice, good, we love that. Future's probably looking pretty good right about now. Yud Bet sends its target to the past. Time travel. So she got time travel, she got time stop, she got bullet gun, and apparently there's something here called the City of Devouring Time. I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't want to go to the City of Devouring Time.
The City
she sent
of
Homura
Devouring
there, and she dies.
Okay, so the main thing that the main big thing that you forgot is her control over shadows. So outside of her time manipulation, one of her main abilities is to basically enter and exit each shadow, any shadow that she wishes. So that and these shadows act as sort of like pocket dimensions that she can enter to and from freely. By going inside of these shadows, she could basically like escape harm, store objects in the same way that Homura can store like all of her weapons, pretty much. And with the City of Devouring Time, she kind of brings that shadow manipulation over like a wide area. Since it is called the City of Devouring Time, it could be as large as a city, and that like paired with her time manipulation, it starts draining the people's life forces that are within it. So once you're kind of in there, you're kind of screwed. But we'll get into why I feel like this is interesting for Homura, if she can escape something like that or not.
Grabs Homura, yeets her into the City of Devouring Time. Homura gets eaten. GG, the end. I win.
So the City of Devouring Time, she has to like go through a shadow in order to get to it, or
she's basically like actualizing like I hate to use this term because it's like not even perverted, but like it's just used too much, but like a domain expansion of like shadows. Like she can expand.
I mean, I was about to say it's just like a domain expansion.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have quite a few super chats, Ben.
Yeah, and then we have 12 different bullets because, of course, with different time abilities, which is super interesting. Okay, so yeah, can her bullets? Just quick question before we get to super chats. Can the bullets actually hurt you?
No, that I did internalize into my head. They don't physically hurt you. They affect you with their time manipulation ability.
So none of her bullets are just.
She's shooting buffs or debuffs. Is basically
none of her bullets are just. Can she just fire normal bullets?
I mean, if she purchased a gun at her
yes.
local store.
Okay.
but not with. I assume
basically,
the-
my thinking
It's
was
just that
we
she's
got
like manipulating. She's manipulating Ryoku in a way so that like the angels are basically the weapons of spirits. Like Liam said, like they're actualized as like angels, and then they become weapons, and that's like Zafkiel. And then she can channel her Ryoku into astral dresses, which is basically like her armor and the clothes that you see her wearing, and that basically acts like a channel for that spiritual power as well. That
Yeah.
she can use it to like enhance her physicality as well. And then
She doesn't
obviously
shoot
like
you
she
with-
can have like
Yeah, the
She
point
can
is not that
fire
she's
normal
shooting you to
bullets.
hurt you. She could beat the fucking piss out of you. Like she's a strong anime character.
she
just
can
like
fire
Magical
normal
Girl.
bullets.
Oh,
Okay.
and she can fire normal
Okay.
bullets too.
Yeah.
Great.
They
It's
are
just that
still
she has
normal
special guns.
guns.
Yeah.
Although there's a clear time difference here or age difference if she's got a musket and then Omura busts out an AK or something. So
Yeah, I'm going to assume that we are not dealing with the same sort of weaknesses as muskets and flintlocks. Perhaps I'm wrong, but I'm going to assume that they.
does it
essentially-
take her like 5
Yeah.
minutes to reload her
Like,
gun?
Bam! And then hold on. And
Let me
gets
get out
the
the stick.
bag. Plunger. That's why she pauses people in time. She has to hit them with that one first, and then she reloads. You know?
Speeds herself up. Yeah, that's great.
Right, makes sense. All right, let's do a quick super chat run.
Okay, cool. So Joe actually had the first one, but then he redoubled again, so I'll read the second one because it has a second part. Joe says, "Hey, I got 2 questions for you. Is this the week we're gonna find out what the next death battle is gonna be, and when is it coming out? And then 2, when is the next fireside chat?" Joe, always keeping us honest. Fireside chat next week. Yeah, stay tuned to the YouTube channel for
Yeah.
an announcement. I'm going to jump the gun on this one because it's cool. Crosswood says, "Hey, everyone, I missed last week's cast, but I wanted to say my wife and I had a new kid on December 22nd, and we're excited for a new year of Death Battle. Hey, congrats.
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 What name?
Dude. That's really
If you
awesome.
don't want to say, that's fine. All right, cool. Now, back to the beginning ones. Homura looks like a gender swap Kirito from Sword Art Online, too. 3rd degree. Thank you.
What? Okay.
Tokisaki says that I would gladly spend money to yap at you guys about matchups I like again. That was back on your pitch call question. Stater says for pitches, I like the idea of it being for like charity or goals / pledges. Would love to pitch y'all again. Yeah, all love. Thank you, Stater. And now we've got some time huzz from a few people. Thank you all. I appreciate you. And the Cody, I'll read it. Said reality warping, huh? He says there, I changed it. Yeah, there, we'll get to that. And then Michael McDonald says that I if I could pitch, I'd have to very hard consider, and then got a couple suggestions. Nice try, Michael. Let's see. 3rd degree. The plot of Madoka sounds like Bloodborne, but replace blood with magical girl powers and replace From Software with boss BS with time travel BS. Is that?
Yeah, not really, but sure.
No.
And also put them in high school, right? Aren't they just in high school the whole time? They like
I'm
meet
pretty
in
sure
school
they're-
or something.
I'm pretty sure they're in middle school. Like
Yeah,
fairly
middle
right.
school. Yeah. So make the whole area middle school, and yeah, there you go.
Isn't that now it's just Persona? Right?
Yum.
All right. Anyway,
Pie.
Cody says, let's not forget the sequel movie where she steals the power of God, becomes the devil, and rewrites reality to how she wants it to be. Which one's that?
you can't. That's Homura, but we can't. I'm
Spoilers.
trying to build up. I'm trying to build up.
Okay.
here.
Okay, it's fine. We'll get to it. Don't worry. Joe Shep says the primal fear I felt when I saw the notification for this cast is genuinely indescribable from how little I know about both of these characters. We're gonna be here forever. Also, here's like
primal
almost $4.
fear?
Yes. Also, here's like almost $4 because YouTube will not allow me to send more. YouTube does this weird thing where like with currency conversion, because he donated 5,000 ARS, which comes out to just under $4, but YouTube thinks it's $5,000 for some reason because it gives it the special red highlight and everything. I don't know. They'll have to
You gotta
figure that
switch
out.
your
You're
currency
probably
or
hitting the
something.
YouTube donation cap in American dollars or something. It's
Yeah.
anyway. But it does
Wait,
freak
you
me
said
out
that's
every time.
5,000 USD? Incredible.
Yeah, I know. Every time
Oh,
I see one of
yeah.
those, I'm like, oh my god, because it does the big box. And then Luna and Pals said, CODT can erase concepts, and Homura cannot affect Kurumi inside of her dimension because the law of cycles can't stand into Eunice. It's not native to.
Yeah, exactly.
me-
That's
Cool.
exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
hold on. I heard the
well-
law of cycles. Hold on. I think I missed that super chat. Hold on. Because we'll talk about the law of cycles, but
Okay.
Law of Cycles
Sure.
wins.
yeah.
Insta win.
Everybody knows about the law of cycles. Well, okay, let's give Liam a little bit of a reprieve to dig into some more Kurumi information. And DJ, let's cover a little bit more about Omura and this buildup.
okay. Okay. I'm not sure if I should just lead in with like the end of Madoka.
We're 30
Magica,
minutes
so
in,
that's
so go for it.
All right. So the end of Madoka Magica.
Spoilers for the
single-
series, by the way.
Yeah, at the end of Madoka Magica. So magical girls are their power is dependent on like two things. So A is their potential. It's also called karmic destiny. And the other is how much value they bring into the world as sort of like a popular person. So the more emotional value that you bring into the world, the more powerful you are. So what happened with Homura basically going through time, a ton of time, with Madoka being the center focus of those timelines, is that Madoka was building a lot of karmic destiny unbeknownst to her because of Homura's jumps. So over the course of the series, Madoka is getting more and more powerful as a magical girl and is able to defeat threats that other magical girls will usually die to, or they spend so much time into it that they become corrupted and become witches themselves. So at the end of the series, Madoka becomes Ultimate Madoka. And Ultimate Madoka basically wishes to end everyone's suffering so that no one has to despair at any point of time, because if she just did it in one timeline, then Homura's problem wouldn't be fixed. So she ended up taking away all the witches. Their curses get replaced with wreaths, and she creates something called the Law of Cycles, where she is able to show up as like this omniscient god to any period where a magical girl is about to die and change their fate. And this allows magical girls to continue fighting, but at the end of their lives, they'll be pulled into the law of cycles, where where in this omniscient law of cycles where they can experience it, happiness and joy. However, Homura, sorry, I know there's a lot of like weird things. So in this new world, Homura's I guess there's a debate if you want to composite these abilities or not, but Homura ends up getting the ability to manipulate memories, which is a huge thing against Kurumi, because she has a lot of her I wouldn't say a lot of her bullets, but like quite a few of her bullets relegates to sending consciousness back in time, but in this new world, she has complete control over her consciousness, and she's basically a causal. So she's removed from the effects of time with alongside her memories. So there's an entire movie where Homura is trying to basically save Madoka from the fate of being God. So she ends up confronting Madoka, and she ends up tearing half away of Madoka's god powers and taking them into herself, becoming neither witch nor magical girl, but becoming what she calls a devil. And that's basically like her equivalent of Ultimate Madoka, which is like this omniscient god that can see all the timelines, that can warp reality at a whim. She's above the laws of the universe. And I am not sure if you want to give her ultimate or not even ultimate Madoka, because it's devil Homura.
Hold on. Okay. So Madoka became the guardian angel for all magical girls. So if they're about to die, their guardian angel pops up and makes them not die. And then also the other part is at the end of their life, after fighting a whole bunch, they get to live in basically heaven that Madoka created. But then Omura ripped her power, got some of her powers.
Madoka was ripped away because of this. She was no longer part of the world. Omura goes, "Oh no, my entire existence is ruined because I devoted my life to this girl and she no longer exists anymore." So in order to try to make Madoka exist again, she became magical girl Satan, effectively.
Which was strangely a better solution because when Homura rewrote the laws of the world, she just made it that everyone lived normal lives. As opposed to continuing like on a fight and fighting like a different version of their enemies, which is the which in Monica's case they ended up fighting Wraiths. In Homura's case, they ended up just living happy, carefree lives. So it's a question on if
Because
Homura
Madoka
doing that to
didn't remove magical girls. She just
No,
her
she didn't.
idea was just to remove that they would become witches, right? When they died.
Yeah,
That's
she
really all
removed
she
the
did,
fact of
I
witches.
think.
Not really all she did. She just wanted to remove
Apart from creating the
magical
laws
girls
of
from her.
cycles and things like that.
Yeah.
But like that's how she affected them. And then Umra was like, well, no, we can do better than that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
At least by the end of the movie, she's like, we can do better than this.
Selena,
And
are we
she ends
speaking
up-
English anymore? I think so, but we'll see how Liam,
So,
presents the next stage of Kurumi.
Yeah,
Then
and
we'll answer
Razor-
that question.
I think Razor Wolf brings up a good question, right? It's just like the fourth bullet turns the target back to an earlier state of time. They say have fun being a normal human again, Homura. And so it's like
Owned.
it's gonna like how like can Homura be affected? Like,
Yeah.
by the
well,
as long as she has her shield, she's not affected by like the loss of time, at least in the same way. She can be like sent back. I mean, that's how she time travels, right? So as long as she like has
But
that shield, she's
does she have to
effectively incorporeal.
activate that time travel, or is there ever an instance in Madoka Magica where she's battling another time traveler or time effector? Do we ever see that?
Homura is the main time traveler, unless you want to conflate like the big bad witch of this series, who's kind of like above those sorts of haxes. But Homura is like the main magical
Right.
time
Basically what I'm wondering
magical
is there ever an occasion where an enemy tries to like send her back in time or age her up or do something with time powers to her, and then her shield like cancels that out? Does that ever happen?
I don't believe so. The only thing I could think of is probably like a doppel, like other variants of Homura. But otherwise, not particularly, unless we like look into Magia record, which I didn't have time for.
Okay.
That's something that the chat would have to clarify.
Gotcha. Selena, wait, witches are bad? Yeah, when a magical girl gets like not necessarily dies. Oh, I guess dies. Dies or becomes like horribly distraught or something like that. They turn into a big monster called witch. Basically at the end of their life, they become the monster that they are in fact fighting. It's a big
Bummer.
cycle that that a little cat monsters all get taking
because
advantage
they're
of.
called incubators, and they're basically like a super advanced alien race, and they said the entropy is about to end the universe in heat death, and we need a lot of magical power. So we need these earth middle school girls to be fighting a lot.
Yes, this is actually all about the heat death of the universe, guys. All right, so how you doing over there, Liam? You ready to
Hang on, just hold on for a fucking second. Hold on. Just hang on. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. So this okay. So what I'm about to read out to you is I'm not reading anything. I'm saying it from my head, perfectly created. It is not clearly somebody on Discord sending me a Google AI summary of Data Live higher dimensional scaling. I just want to clarify that as I tell you. Data Live features multiple dimensions, primarily the real world, Earth, and the neighboring world, Radatasker's base, which contains 10 interconnected regions, Kater, Bina, etc., plus the mysterious dark dimension for Kurumi. The cosmology, that's a Marvel thing. The cosmology involves these distinct spaces, which with discussions among fans debating if they represent fans versus power scalers, debating if they represent different physical dimensions or higher levels of existence. Oh my god, the AI fucking knows about power scaling debates. I mean, me in my brain. Within a larger structure, often referencing Kabbalistic concepts like the Sephiroth. Okay, jokes aside, there apparently is a character called Mio that Kurumi likely scales to that has like a universe level feat. It does get to that level. I'll say that in terms of like their base, from what I've like looked at, Kurumi in her regular like Kurumi versus pre-witch Homura, like still a human Homura, actually probably does have an advantage in terms of raw power. There are some like storm creation feats that get up to like large mountain levels, so like in sort of kind of like low or to mid double-digit gigatons, which is actually probably a bit higher than what I've generally seen for base Homura. Once Homura goes and becomes her devil mode, I don't know, even with the universe level scaling, if she has a way around stuff like the law of cycles. But I would say probably if you're taking it at just base, she has a good chance of just overpowering Homura. Yeah.
Okay.
I imagine people wouldn't really want to see. I don't know. Chat actually, do we want their like higher level
That's the
end of
thing.
series universe
People don't
powers
always
involved?
request Homura to be at her like witch form. Like
Mhm.
sometimes people will be like intentionally doing a matchup where it's Homura at her base
Are
form.
you saying witch form or devil Homura? Because witch
Devil
form,
Homura, Devil
witch isn't
Homura.
Yeah,
Devil Homura.
and
Okay.
Yeah,
the current form, right?
Because there
She's
is
currently-
witch
powerful.
Homura, but that's something completely different. There is a
Sure,
I-
witch
sure,
Homura,
sorry.
but
Yeah.
that's different.
There's some helpful things in the chat. So Lenin Pal says the thing is, Kurumi can't quite really die unless you destroy her shadow dimension, or if you kill the original. And Devil Omura can't extend into universes it's, I assume, not native to.
That is true. So Devil Homura, unlike Ultimate Madoka, Devil Homura exists physically within the universe that in the new law that she created. So there
Oh.
isn't much evidence to say that she can like with her omniscience reach into another universe. If Kurumi like hides in like one of the shadow dimensions, she's not going to know what's going on. I believe there's something else that you neglected. I believe it's Ratio.
Yes, the
Ratio
book.
is basically this tome that gives her pretty much omniscient knowledge, not omniscient actions in the same way that Ultimate Madoka or Devil Homura might have gotten, but it does give her like basically ultimate knowledge on all things that are happening in her universe.
We actually have a super chat about
So-
that. It's Trevorly says, don't forget to bring the omniscient angel Raziel for the debate. Kurumi got it near the end of her story, and its future entries written into the book are facts guaranteed to occur.
I wasn't
Okay.
sure if that included like
Can
characters
she
from
write in the
different
book?
series. Yeah. Characters from different series like Homura, but I guess if Homura is existing in that same universe, then it's just describing what's going on rather than like knowing about, Homura ahead of time.
All right,
Okay.
so chat seems pretty clear.
Yeah, we got an 85% yes to including Devil Omura. But my issue with that is like
Actually-
if we're including Devil Omura, then what's the point of any of the powers? Right? Unless I'm misunderstanding, like who gives a shit about girls with guns when one of them is just a fucking god who can rewrite reality? At that point, the guns have no meaning, right?
I guess because of Raciel and Zafkil's time manipulating and like ability to basically have omniscient knowledge, it kind of evens out in that way. I guess my question is, do we want to composite the old timeline, or I say old timeline, that's like a terrible word to use in this context. The old world versus the new world powers. Because in the new world, Homura has mostly memory manipulation. That's what she does in the movie. That's what she does after Ultimate Madoka remakes the new world. She doesn't utilize time manipulation the same way. You could argue that she could still use it. But I guess the question is, do you want to give her both power sets for the sake of this matchup?
Okay. That's okay. Interesting.
And
What do you
Nvidia
think,
says
Chad?
Kurumi can just shoot God. So I think, see, this is the debate, right? It's like,
Okay, got it. Michael McDonald says at this point, DJ should just rep both, like Liam did for Bakugo versus Reze.
Maybe that's what's happening.
You've seen through our ruse.
Maybe that's
You've
the
seen
point.
through our ruse. We're doing the same thing, but with a different
Making a little
twist.
bit of a joke. Yeah.
What? I'm not repping both. What? I'm repping Homura, not both of these characters.
Oh my gosh.
So Kurumi
All right.
knows what's going to happen, and has her existence is tied to her own little specific dimension that Omura can't get to. So potentially can't be killed. Can she?
She would need to like actually figure out a way to get within those time manipulating shadows. The main thing is if the debate kind of predicates itself on does Kurumi have the abilities necessary to overcome in a literal infinite power gap? I think in the same way that Ghost Rider versus Spawn is actually. Um, so that's kind of what
Well,
we're working with.
so one of the questions would be, do the bullets even matter? Right? Do the
I
time
think
bullets matter?
I think there's an interesting dichotomy here. So Homura's time manipulation kind of extends out in a range, while
Mhm.
Kurumi's are literal bullets. So Homura has the advantage in that her time manipulation range and how she's able to utilize it is better. However, when it comes to time traveling and dimension travel, Kurumi has a significant advantage because she can manipulate shadows. She can time travel a lot easier. She has clones that can basically act as proxies for her original self. So in that regard, when it comes to like dimension stuff, Kurumi has the advantage. When it comes to time manipulation stuff, Homura has the advantage because Homura's can pull hers off a lot easier. Up and been not.
And then
Ben
I
entered the
got-
world of shadows.
Ben got pulled.
Ben got
There we go. I got like an error message.
he got
So-
pulled into the world.
It was
And I think my
perfect
camera was being all funky. So I think
Interesting.
it's fixed
So it
now.
is like a
All right.
Spawn versus Ghost Rider. That's kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think this is
Okay.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool
This
show.
is. I don't really know. I don't really know. Like what a interesting sort of like what a unique pairing.
We might have
just not
covered
really
it,
sure
but
how it would
can
go.
Kurumi attack from that different dimension? Like, can she like pepper her with attacks from that alternate dimension, or which in order to attack Homura, would she have to go into that universe where Homura
She would
is
have
and
to
put herself at risk?
She would have to pull Homura into a shadow like the City of Devouring Time, or she would have to
Right.
like show up and shoot her. But
Would
even
the City
then,
of
even
Devouring
if she
Time work?
shoots her, it could work because of how soul gems work. So soul gems over the course of time, negative emotions, so on and so forth, it kind of corrupts and becomes black. So arguably, you could say that if she pulls her into the City of Devouring Time long enough, it would corrupt Homura enough to become a witch. Which is another problem that Kurumi would have to deal with, but she would probably have a lot easier of a time with dealing with Homura at that point. But if it's Devil Homura, I'm not so sure
Mhm.
if pulling her, because she doesn't have a soul gem at that point, so it wouldn't work in the same way.
There was somebody with somebody in chat mentioned King J Gamer. If Kurumi could affect Mio, whose existence maintains space time, doesn't that imply Kurumi's powers can affect Omura?
Yeah, it can affect her, but she's a Kaza with that shield. So even
Yeah.
like it'll affect her, but not in any meaningful way.
So,
Can you physically remove the shield? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Or
How
is
does
that a dumb question?
Yes, you can. Yes, that.
Okay.
Yeah. Even
So
from
you
Devil
can,
Homura?
Oh, I'm not sure about Devil Homura, but
Does Devil Homura
the
even
whole
have the
thing-
shield? Does she need it?
Yeah, she is the shield now.
Because it is like in sense like another weapon. She can be removed from it. Like obviously she can get it back, but if you are separated from like your soul gem and your weapons for like long outside of like a 100-meter radius for more than 48 hours, you'll corrupt and become a witch, or you'll just die.
That sucks.
So it is possible to separate her for it, but Homura has like it. But as long as she's within a 100-meter radius of it, she could still use her abilities.
Okay. Strategy. Looks at Raziel, says that the shield does whatever you just said. Blitzes and uses her large mountain level strength to rip the shield out of her hands. Fucking books it. Just books it into like hops into one of the shadows, like dolphin dives, goes into whatever shadow dimension, and then just chills. Fucking lights up a blunt and has a nice fun time for 24 hours as Homer's
Plays
like,
Frisbee with the shield.
in the regular world. KO.
Yeah, Reznov, who's very passionate about this matchup, looks like, because I've been contributing a lot. Says, besides overcoming universe rewriting, Kurumi has outsmarted Mio, who is in the same ballpark as Omura, and escape her dead. I assume escape dying. So that helps.
I think the
Does it?
issue is that magical girls like by themselves have like a lot of resistances. So they have like resistances to mind manipulation. She can also has like extrasensory perception. So if she's like if Devil Homura is like literally omniscient, and unless you can like prove that with the book only gives her omniscient information, it doesn't give her omniscient stats. So if Homura is just a lot faster, I don't think she's ever going to get that chance to.
Is the book
Especially
Phantom
if you, like-
Library? Or what's
Phantom
Phantom
Library?
Library? I've seen Razor Wolf mentioning Phantom Library a couple times.
Phantom Library. Let me write.
That's the that's not the Raziel,
like-
right? It's not
Yeah,
that.
because earlier there's a super chat from Razor
not
Wolf saying that she should cast Phantom Library or whatever, and then now he's asking, could Devil Homura even escape Phantom Library? So I don't know what that is. I assume that was the book thing, but
I don't know what those words mean.
Are there? Is it just a bunch of the same
Does
book?
she have Phantom?
A
I
bunch
guess
of
she
them.
does. I guess it is. guess
What
it
is
is a comic
Phantom
book.
Library?
So
Anime-ass sounding thing I've ever heard. Learn some new words. Japan.
where I'm
library of
trying to
ghosts.
figure it out. At this point, chat, Razor, you might have to tell us because I don't.
Is it the inverse of Raziel? I know there's like there's counterparts. I was just kind of mainly researching like Kurumi and like without inverses.
Oh, it's a Raziel ability. Hang on. Let me fucking
Yeah.
look it up. Let me pull up Raziel.
Does she have access to that? I didn't research that, admittedly.
Control F.
I mean,
Phantom.
she has
There we go.
Raziel, so if it's a Raziel ability,
Ashufaria.
Theoretically.
It's a
Hang on.
Raziel inverse.
DJ,
That's the. It's
I
a
got
different
this.
thing.
An
oh,
ability
okay.
shared with Raziel's, which is in these sort of things, brackets for some reason, Demon King counterpart Beelzebub. It transports targets into a world of fiction. R greater than F, bitch. With the people imprisoned there, assuming the roles of fairy tale and manga characters. What? Whoa! Nia thus holds an instinctive knowledge of the technique when Westcott used it on her, Shido, and the other sealed spirits. In the short story, Nia Repair, when Nia's emotional state is overwhelmed by her inability, I'm assuming this is a different character who uses this ability, but that Kurumi could probably use it too, was overwhelmed by her inability to properly reconcile with Takajo. Ashufaria sends her, that's Phantom Library, sends her, Mukuro, and Takajo into a world based on the fighting manga Shinsen Kenpuriko and Nia's Silver Bullet. However, due to only having a fragment of her Sephira left at the time, Nia questions how the situation is even possible. In the end, it's left ambiguous. Thank you. If the experience was just a shared dream or Raziel activating on its own in order to give its owner a final push in repairing her friendship. Boom. Owned. R greater than F. I win.
Okay. So theoretically, Raziel also has this ability since this is the inverse and they may share abilities. But I don't think, from what I can tell, I don't think we've seen Raziel specifically use it. But assuming that Raziel has this, then Kurumi could
I guess you would have to, put her into the world
I'm
of fiction.
sending you.
Now
Trap
the
her in a book.
question is, trap her in the book. I guess the question is if you think her jumping out of pocket dimensions and jumping out of and hopping between different timelines is enough to be
Accounts.
At least a counter to at least being transported into the world of fiction. But that's a whole other can of worms.
Because they mention, normally I'd be like, they mention like fiction. So I'm like, interesting.
Fiction versus timeline hopping, they're not quite the same as far as BFR abilities are concerned. So you couldn't equate them one to one, but
we probably have to actually look at it to determine.
Yeah, we have to actually look.
We're not going to be able to get to the exact answer here for sure. But Omura's time abilities, she could just rewind her own time to the point when she was out of the book, right? Could she not do
if
that?
she's sealed inside of it, I don't believe so because unless you consider that a different timeline. I mean, she could use her time traveling abilities to hop into a timeline where she's actually outside of the book. Oh god, this is confusing.
Or she hopping into timelines that exist within the universe of the book. Like she hops, and puts her in Fist of the North Star, and now she's in a different Fist of the North Star timeline. You're cut.
Y'all are killing me. Oh
What's up, Chad?
But It's Reveille says, I believe Beelzebub is the inverse spirit entity belonging to Nia Honjo, which has Phantom Library. So Kurumi would not have access to it since she never became an inverse spirit.
Well, then why?
Well,
did
yeah,
I
but
guess,
we're
like,
saying
okay.
Raziel could potentially have it because Beelzebub is an inverse of Raziel. So it's possible.
But here's the thing.
that
I didn't
Raziel
even
could
really
have
think
it. That's
about
all we're
this.
saying.
Yeah.
So we can look back into how she got Devil Homura in the first place. She wasn't like at a heightened state of power at this time, like maybe like crystallized Madoka, crystallized Soul Gem, but she was like literally like, I guess in the terms of dimensionality, she was like literally like a 3D person reaching out to an omniscient 4D god and splitting it. So I'm not sure if realistically, unless you can like presume that her pocket realities like have those themes of transcendence in the way that Homura like transcended to reach an ultimate form, that she would be affected by that sort of thing, which is like a very lot of weird big
Well, I think it
high
does.
concept okay.
Yeah, Razor
So-
also says anything written inside the book affects those inside, and the pages can also become real people.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Sure.
either
Come
way,
on.
writing in Raziel changes reality, right? Not necessarily a reality inside Raziel. So
Correct.
So at the end of the day, this kind of comes down to who's faster, Omura's thoughts or Kurumi's writing ability.
I would say Homura just is generally faster and she can get off her stuff faster. Granted,
I would say Kurumi is generally faster.
she
gets
has
stuff
her
off faster.
clones, so I'm not sure if she's going to be able
Oh.
to easily kill Kurumi if she like gets off the first shot.
If Kurumi goes into a
Interesting.
shadow, can Kurumi go into a shadow and write in Raziel while in the shadow?
Yeah, the clones are just like her,
Go?
but like
Oh, I was
So
fucking-
she can
Kurumi
report
drops
to
into a
that.
shadow, her clones are taking all the hits, and then she just writes in the book that Omura is dead, and then Omura dies.
But
Is that all it
Soul
takes?
Gems have like no, because in
Soul Gem
Sorry.
is a brick
So-
made of food.
no, it's because the Soul Gem. So this is how like the movie sequel
Sweating
to
now.
Madoka Magica happens, is that
Uh-huh.
Homura like has like retains the memories in like her own existence from how Ultimate Madoka like rewrote the laws of the universe. So she has like that same resistance to existence erasure. So I think the main thing is that she's gonna need to stall Homura out somehow until she gets a witch and she's easier to deal with, right?
Yeah, or just saying Homer eats shit, fuck you, in the book, and then Homer's like, "Oh, where's this shit come from?"
Does she need to
convinced me that
know
Kurumi
Omura's
wins.
name in order to affect her? But with
The person in front of
Raziel,
me, you know, like whatever. It's not the Death Note.
I mean, she would know that. Like if she has
Right.
if she has Raziel,
She has
then
Raziel.
oh,
Raziel's
Raziel's
gonna tell her
omniscient,
name.
so she will
Yeah.
automatically
she'd be
know.
like, Madoka
Oh.
appears and says, "I love you, Homura," and then fucking shoots her in the head. Just go, boom.
Wait, hang on. If Raziel grants Kurumi omniscience so that she understands everything about Omura already, does Devil Homura have omniscience in the sense that she would be able to like understand who Kurumi is right away?
Yes.
Okay, well then, all right.
She can understand it.
Pictures is
I was like,
this
oh, maybe this is
home
a battle
stuck
of
again.
information, but whatever.
Yeah. And I love Frosty Knight's chat, which is just honestly, I have no idea who wins based on this cast. No offense. I know you
don't
guys
either.
tried.
I don't either,
I-
but I
I
think
was
it's
looking
time to
into
get.
notes. I was looking at
Yep.
notes. I was like, I don't know who wins. Actually,
This is
I think-
fascinating. So let's get to the final arguments, and then we can get to the vote. So DJ, just final statements for Homura. Anything you want to make sure is covered that hasn't been covered? Let's go ahead and
I
wrap
guess
up. the
I
Homura.
don't really have like anything that we haven't covered yet. I guess the main thing for why I think probably Homura might take is that she has like a huge stat advantage, which will lend herself. Usually in these sorts of situations, the stat advantage will lend her in a better situation on the offset, while Kurumi is going to have to work with information at a like near infinite power deficit. And Homura's time manipulation is just easier to pull off. Even if Kurumi like goes into another universe, I guess arguments can be made that Devil Homura might be able to reach her. Normal Homura probably not. She'd probably get outlasted by Kurumi pretty hard. But as far as Devil Homura goes, the law of cycles and Devil Homura's equivalent is pretty strong, so I would probably lean like Homura in a 51-49 situation, but it's ridiculously close.
Okay. Pictures in chat says this feels like Homestuck mixed with I just missed it.
We'll never know.
Homestuck mixed with Death Note. That's what it is.
Oh, okay.
Homestuck mixed with Death Note. Yeah, I totally see that for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Liam, let's get a final argument from your favorite series ever. A series that you've just been dying to tell us about, and your favorite character, Kurumi from Date A Live. Final arguments.
A near infinite power gap means not infinite, DJ. I think that with Kurumi's clones and her ability to write reality into her little ass book, which she would know about, she would just write in that Madoka shows up and pulls a gun out and blows Homura's head off before she can go Devil Homura.
That's messed up that you're gonna have Madoka kill
He
Homura.
just yeets her into the city of devouring time and gets her time fucking devoured by the city. Bing bang boom, I win.
You know, there are some people who are like, well, I really wish Death Battle always did really brutal deaths. That would be the most brutal possible death we could do.
Spirit.
Madoka just taps her over and over.
And that
All
is
right.
how the show ended. Everyone killed us.
All right, the poll is up. Go ahead and get your votes in. While we're doing that, just a quick reminder, as Joe had brought up earlier in chat, yes, we do have a fireside chat coming up next week. That'll be Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday. If you've never been to one of our fireside chats, essentially they are just a members only sort of like back and forth with us and you. It's just kind of a time for us to hang out and chat with you guys as members of the channel and supporters of the show. And it's always a fun time. Also, we haven't really talked too much about it because we're kind of trying to let it sort of take on a life of its own, and it's going to be a slow process. But we have a new channel. It's called Nightly Brew. That is Nightly with a K. So like, Medieval Knights, that kind of thing. Nightly Brew is our new tabletop and gaming channel where we're playing things like Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower. There's even a video on there right now where we tried to play Uno and it went horribly wrong.
It was us fighting Ubisoft's online Uno game.
Go check it out. It's very fun. It's still pretty new, but we do have some new videos coming out for that channel as well. We are wrapping up a Tomb of Horrors series right now, and we got a pretty exciting Blood on the Clock Tower coming up sooner than later. So go check that out if you haven't. That's Nightly Brew. We appreciate everybody who's already checked out that channel. And also, if you just because I haven't really shouted it out for a while. If you haven't gone to deathbattle.gg as of late, go check that out. That is our official Death Battle website. It's got merch. It's got a bunch of things you can buy in the store. It's got every single episode of Death Battle on there, including the ones that were blocked or banned from YouTube, like the horrifically violent Ninja Turtles battle royale. Speaking of brutal deaths,
or magical girls.
Or magical girls, maybe. Oh yeah, and a magical girl one. Yeah. Actually, it's really funny. Yeah, our Sailor Moon episode is up there. I
was like, why did you choose turtles when we're talking about the magical
You're right. And then we are thinking of putting pitches up there as well as a possible availability thing for the future, that if you guys want to get your pitches sent to us similar that we did with the Kickstarter, it would appear up on the Death Battle website as something available there. So
stay tuned to our YouTube for something coming soon.
Yep. For something. Yes, we will be announcing what's happening with Death Battle this month, so stay tuned. All right, let's wrap this up with 58% of the vote. Homura takes it. Okay, what a wild episode.
I would say that my undefeated streak against Liam continues, but Liam was shot in the
Technically,
legs
this is a
twice.
defeated streak. This is a streak
Boiled-
against yourself right now.
boiled alive.
What
I
against
won
yourself?
against myself. Yeah.
Thank you, Liam, for coming here and bringing us your love for Data Live. I know you were very excited to talk about it. And also thank you for rolling with punches.
That series.
Final super chat. Oh, Night Ghost gave out their one earlier, by the way. Thank you, Night Ghost. And Frankie says, "Well, this was fun. Who's for Chinese?"
Yeah, it
and
was
a
fun.
surprising amount of people
Really hurt my head.
in the chat are like, "I'm in." So
thank you so much, everybody. Stay tuned. We are about to jump over to our post show where maybe we will all get Chinese. We'll figure it out. All right.
Chinese.
Cool.
Thanks, everybody.
Cool matchup. I like this a lot.